Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting episode of watching other people's videos Last time we watched the intro to Roxas 1359's LP of Crash Twinsanity. I left a link in the description so he would see the video that was posted, just so he knows. Though, when I looked on it without, an account, it wasn't there. I guess he just didn't, put it on there yet, I guess. Which, I guess he just didn't approve of it yet. I guess he just didn't see it yet. Oh well, he'll see it soon. Whether he agrees to it or not, I don't know. It does look rather suspicious, but then again, but he'll find out about what I'm doing sooner or later. Anyway, the last time, for some reason, I guess it was just because I was plugging into a. This might be me from, I plugged the USB 3 port of the Elgato into another USB port that went to another USB 3, oh boy, the USB 3 port, went into another blue USB 3 port, which then went through the cable to a blue cable of a blue USB 3 port into that, and I guess that was it. Why it was software encoded and not hardware encoded, though I could still handle it. Anyway, it's just me explaining stuff rather badly. Let's just go to the next one. Crash Twinsanity Episode 1. I love parties.
Hello.
Parties are indeed fun, except when they are evil plots designed to have all your archenemies kill you.
Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Crash Twinsanity. Without further ado, we're going to start a new game. This game has autosave.
I turned it on the brightness a little more.
Features on it.
It's a little more brighter.
So we're going to create a save file, but we're going to be turning off the autosave just in case I screw up in places here or there, because there are certain places that I will be screwing up, ladies and gentlemen. That is definitely that. So let's create our save data first, which can take a while, unfortunately, since I am playing the PlayStation 2 version of the game. And right now,
and no GameCube version, though there is an Xbox version as well.
We are going to use slot number 1. So let's save our data and let's get started into our adventure. Data 1. Use slot number 1.
Oh, I see.
Let's save
it just turned into something else the moment it, just in a few seconds, and then once it was going away, it turned into something else.
Let's get started into. Let's save our data. Let's get started into our adventure.
Oh no! A gun! Love? Fear? Burn? Death? Fear? With a familiar shadow gazing over her. Familiar looking shadow, huh? Head in the ground looking for something? Oh, there's nothing suspicious about this look at all. Certainly doesn't look like a familiar foe we've been facing before.
I don't know about you guys, but based on this first scene alone, I have hope. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally here. Welcome to Crash Twinsanity, where we introduced ourselves with a chicken committing suicide. How sad. But look, it's Aku Aku, with a chicken where we crash.
Let's see.
Here. Welcome to Crash.
Let's take a look at that closely.
Here.
Right there. think it just accidentally wandered into there.
To Crash Twinsanity, where we introduced ourselves with a chicken committing suicide. How sad. But look, it's Aku Aku. Care to explain what you're for?
It is I, Aku Aku. My duty is to protect you. You may summon
Let me turn up a little.
by breaking open these crates. Call me thrice, and I shall grant you special powers.
And what are those special powers? Well, it's the same as all Aku Aku Mask's special powers. Pretty much, we gain somewhat invulnerability. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a few things that weren't exactly programmed correctly for this game. For example, nitro crates. You cannot touch them at all anymore, even if you have an Aku Aku mask with you. The moment you touch one, you're dead. Same goes with the explosion radius of a TNT crate. They changed that for some reason. I have a feeling that that wasn't supposed to happen, but due to rush development, you know, not everything could be worked out for the kinks. So, what
Of course.
we're going to do instead is lure these chickens to their deaths.
Seriously, of course.
Break all these nitro crates. You can also spin the chickens. So to get into the controls right now, you use the left analog stick to move around, the right analog stick controls the camera. You can hit the X button to jump, you can hit it twice to double jump, so we don't need to get a power to double jump.
I thought you said juggle jump for a moment.
We have that naturally now. So we don't need to get a power to double jump. To break all these nitro crates. You can also spin the chickens. So to get into the controls right now, you use the left analog stick to move around, the right analog stick controls the camera. You can hit the X button to jump, you can hit it twice to double jump, so we don't need to get a power
Double jump? What?
to double jump. We have that naturally now. Hit the square button, you will spin. Hit the triangle button, you will get your HUD out, which you can see our Wumpa Fruits and Lives, which have decided to
Wumpa fruits kind of look like pears a little. Not pears. Look, mangoes. I was going to say, look kind of like mangoes.
go for a hand-drawn sprite animation, which really suits this game. I'm not gonna lie, I love the art style of this game.
And the Wumpa fruit went from apples to apparently mangoes.
Along with the music, which is fully a cappella, of all things. That's an interesting choice. Not many games
Take
really
that, monkey!
go for an a cappella for their entire soundtrack. If you're wondering what an a cappella is, it's basically you are the instrument. You get a bunch of sounds, mix them together, and in the end, you'll end up,
Insta trees!
you know, getting everything to sound like actual music. And
Natural instant trees. How lovely.
that's where we can thank good old Spiral Mouth for, who are the composers for this entire track. So, what we had to do was we had to kill all those chickens to get right here, but now we can get back into the controls. If you hit the circle button, you will do a slide. Jump in the air, hit the circle button, you will do a belly flop. You already have the super belly flop already naturally, so yay! I finally naturally have my abilities that I seem to have had to reacquire inside of Wrath of the Cortex for some odd reason. Now, one thing that actually was cut from this game is the high jump, which it used to be if you hit the crouch button, which is the circle button, and hit the X button, you would do a high jump. That has been removed for this game, however, while I do miss it, I don't think it's entirely needed in this game. The platforming is solid enough to where you can easily get through things. And I already have to compliment how this game looks. You know, for a 2004 game, this, on the PlayStation 2, this looks pretty good. I wish that it could have been inside a progressive scan.
Also wish it could have had a GameCube port as well.
But that is exclusive to the Xbox version of this game. The PlayStation 2 is stuck in 480i, but it runs at a smooth 60 frames per second, so that's a good little trade-off. I'm unsure if
Good little trade-offs. At least you got something for it.
the Xbox version runs in 60 frames. I'm pretty sure Xbox version runs at a smooth 60 frames per second, so that's a good little trade-off. I'm unsure if the Xbox version runs in 60 frames. I'm pretty sure it will. But let's go up right here so we can just build up a bunch of lives right at the bat. So, welcome to our first little hub of the game, which is Insanity Island.
Heavy breathing. That was just me heavy breathing.
Or, as we always love to
For a moment.
call it, I believe we're currently on Insanity Beach. No, I guess it's just going all around saying it's Insanity Island.
It's insane!
Game, which is Insanity Island. or as we always love to call it, I believe we're currently on Insanity Beach. No, I guess it's just going all around saying it's Insanity Island. What am I doing? There's another gem that's over this way. Now, gems are handled if you hit the start button. You can bring up the menu. You can see that we have 3 different collectibles on the left. We have our Wumpa Fruits, our Total Lives, and Crystals. Yep, Crystals are going to make their return. But on the right, we have our gems, which indicate how many there are. There are 6 inside each stage. All of them will be colored the same. So clear gems are pretty much gone now. Pretty much we're just getting Chaos Emeralds.
Chaos Emeralds, which also they look like Chaos Emeralds.
Turn Super because there are only 6. Pretty much we're just getting Chaos Emeralds. We can't turn Super because there are only 6.
Even though originally there were actually 6. Even though in the first game of Sonic the Hedgehog you couldn't have your Super mode.
Hold on. But go over here and we can grab ourselves our second gem up over this way.
I also like how Crash is running around, like, fist in the air for some reason.
Going back into the graphics for this, I just really like how this style looks. It really suits Crash Bandicoot, and it really suits the cartoony nature of everything. And that's just...
It kinda does, actually. It does, actually.
Really something I wish that would have continued. There was a lot of potential inside of, I think, continuing with a style like this in an open world Crash, but, you know, Vivendi Universal in all their infinite wisdom decided, nope, reboot. Which, I mean, isn't entirely bad, but part of the problem is some things are still canon from this series inside that reboot. So is it a reboot?
Huh. Well, yeah.
Is it a reimagining? What's going on? Either way, one other thing that you can do a tutorial for on the beach is ball rolling physics. Pretty much the moment you get near a circular object, you can roll it around easily. I will say this right now.
You rolled it over the hole! Sorta.
Ball rolling physics inside of this game trump Okami by 1,000 miles. Then again, that is really not that hard to do. So, here we have a cannon right here, so...
Then why did you say by 1,000 miles if you said it's not that hard to do? I don't get it.
Up on top of the red button...
What's Okami?
...to fire the cannonball. Or we can just hit it right there and it will launch the cannonball normally. But we want to belly flop them, because once we do that... we can break these...
Eat bombs! Now it looks like it's biting its tongue, literally.
Idle statues that I'm pretty sure...
statues that are biting their tongues.
the tribal people on the island would really hate. Okay, that's odd. Normally... Alright, let's try that again.
Let's see that again.
Because once we do that, we can break these idle statues that I'm pretty sure the tribal people on the island would really hate. Okay, that's
it seemed to roll off the tongue.
odd. Normally... Alright, let's try that again. I guess it's because I technically didn't do a double jump when belly flopping. Which, you have a lot of control with belly flopping in this game, so I have to compliment this game on that. Feels like I have a lot more control when compared to other Crash Bandicoots, where I could just double jump and then go into a belly flop. And the belly flop...
Wait, let me see something.
I guess... okay, that's odd. Normally, the island would really hate these... because once we do that, we can break these idle statues that I'm pretty sure the tribal people on the island is actually feels like I have a lot more control when compared to other Crash Bandicoots, where I can just double jump and then go into a belly flop. And the belly flop is actually used. I know that in many other cases, the only use of the belly flop was to basically break certain crates, and it's still used in this game for that. However, in this game, you can use the belly flop for other things such as getting the cannonballs.
Wait.
But the belly flop, to compliment, just double jump and then go into a belly control when this game. So I have to control with belly flopping in this game. So I have to compliment this game on that. Feels like I have a lot more control when compared to other Crash Bandicoots, where I can just double jump and then go into a belly flop. And the belly flop is actually used. I know that in many other cases, the only use of the belly flop was to basically break certain crates, and it's still used in this game for that. However, in this game, you can use the belly flop for other things such as getting the cannonballs. But let's go and see what our sister wants.
Air quote sister. In that Simpsons yellow. Okay.
The developers had fun with this game. I can see this just from this intro alone, ladies
Oh, you don't
and
say!
gentlemen, and I hope that you can too. So, let's continue to follow her, and what we're going to do
I think the voice actor also had some fun with it.
is, you go right here, we'll enter our first level, Jungle Bungle.
What? It's just... Wait, that... It showed... It's just him in a wig. He's not even wearing the whole outfit.
And, before we continue, we need to move this... Uh-oh, I already touched it. That's not good.
Move into the mouth.
There we go. Managed to do it. Don't care that I got hit. So, the reason why I did that was because there is a yellow gem on top of this. You can use two things to get to it. I usually use this haystack since it's closer. It's easier to use that barrel over there, but, I mean, this haystack's right here. I might as well already use it. Unfortunately, Crash can't grab ledges. That's my one major complaint. If Crash could grab ledges, then I think a lot of the harder platforming sections in the game would be a lot easier. But... there we go. Grab that gold gem right there and say goodbye to Crash's house, which is sad that we can't go inside it. I really wish that we could have gone inside Crash's house just to see how it would be. But, alas. Anyway, what's this little thing right here? This is
What about the mailbox?
an autosave crate. So, pretty much what it does is it forces you to autosave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable the autosaves because I do not like them.
That's not creepy at all. That's not creepy for Cortex at all.
Crash, stay close and do what I do.
Dang, sis, I didn't realize you could spin just like me. I guess we really are related.
Is that cough implying something? That's a one big
Yeah,
jump.
you're giving me tutorials on how to do things such as jump, except you just jumped over this. I don't need to double jump. I already know how. I already went over the controls, except for, you know, the long jump, which is still the same. Hit the circle button and then hit the X, and then you'll do a long jump, which helps out. Right, now let us...
Dead skunk on a box.
these crates. I also have...
Yeah, wait, one more.
I also have to compliment how... I'll get these crates.
Not that. He looks strong for a moment.
I also have to compliment how the crates look. This seems so odd for me to compliment how crates look inside a game. But they actually look pretty good.
How to take down spiky tripe.
Easy. Oh, too easy.
How to take down opponents with spiked shields.
Oh, what happened to your voice there, sis? You kind of sound like a man. But if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were in a disguise. So, go right over here and we can get ourselves 2 of the gems for Jungle Bungle, which there is one bad aspect I will say for this game. It is that backtracking can be a little bit more of a pain since the warp rooms are gone now. Now that we don't have warp rooms, what I'm going to be going for is I'm going to be trying to go for all of the gems my first try. Because you are all of the... be trying to go for... What I'm going to be going for is I'm going to be trying to go for all of the gems my first try. Because you are able to get all the gems, you just need to know where they are and... Because you are able to get all...
Sorry. My earbud pieces are... I took it off from me for a moment.
the gems. You just need to know where they are and how exactly to... all the gems. All of the gems my first try. Because you are able to get all the gems, you just need to know where they are and how exactly to obtain them. And that's why I have a practice file that is going on right now, just like how I do for...
And my OCD.
Obtain all the gems. Go for all of the gems my first try. Because you are able to get all the gems, you just need to know where they are and how exactly to obtain them. And that's why I have a practice file that is going on right now, just like how I do for Crash 1. How appropriate, I'm doing what I considered to be the last Crash Bandicoot game on my channel. No.
Death count 1. You forgot your floatless... your floaties, Roxas.
I drowned. my first death.
And he looks lifeless. Crash looks lifeless. Bad pause. Bad part to pause.
Problem.
Come on, follow me, Crash. Stay close and do what I do.
When you die, this game does not really checkpoint. There are checkpoint boxes in this game, but there's not that many. So I'm going to cut back to where we were beforehand, because we're going to have to listen to all these tutorials again. Alright, so
Transition!
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, so let us continue with this again. Pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're going to be breaking all these tiki heads, which I'm pretty sure the tribal people do not like. And again, I'm pretty sure at this point the tribal people on Insanity Island just hate the bandicoots in general. Which begs the question, where's Crunch? He came with us, last time after the end of Wrath of Cortex. Oh, no worries, I'm sure he's around here somewhere. But let us go and continue on, this time not dying like an idiot.
And falling in the water? Not that crystal blue water!
Then again, I am Crash Bandicoot. It is in my skills of being an idiot. I mean, just look at the whole plot of Crash Bandicoot 2. That's the justification for helping Cortex. I'm an idiot. And I'm damn proud of it.
What?
Of being an idiot. I mean, just look at the whole plot of Crash Bandicoot 2. That's the justification for helping Cortex.
Oh, that.
I'm an idiot. And I'm damn proud of it. So, now let us put the last bomb inside the last mouth. And let's go and get ourselves some gems, shall we? Or, I'm sorry, the Chaos Emerald. Sonic wasn't borrowing them at this point.
They're called the gems.
Actually, no, 2004 Sonic Heroes actually would have been out right now. In fact, it would have come out the same year. Maybe that's why Universal, or my mistake, Vivendi, wanted to compete with games such as that. Which begs the question... Wasn't
Sonic Heroes 2003? Or am I thinking of something else?
Some people have wondered why there was never a GameCube version of it. It was planned in the early development stages, but it was canned very quickly, so I can assume...
That's sad.
Part of it is either due to the disc size costs, since they'd have to get 2 of them, or possibly that the game...
They'd have to get 2 of them? Excuse me, but wouldn't the GameCube be, at the time, be smaller than its competitors? It was even smaller than the Sega Dreamcast. Or am I thinking of something else here?
They'd have to get 2 of them?
So it's extra cost for 2 different disc sizes? Okay.
Or possibly that the GameCube wasn't as viable, because even at the time, I believe the original Xbox was still outselling the Nintendo GameCube, and there really wasn't a point that Universal Interactive saw in putting another Crash Bandicoot game on the GameCube.
So basically what you're saying is it could be a chance that because the GameCube wasn't exactly a bestseller, they didn't feel like it was worth it in terms of sales. So they basically went with their 2 best sellers. Okay, then.
Also, since Wrath of Cortex didn't sell too well, actually.
Yet it was actually... Yet funny, it was one of the best sellers for the game. Well, I think it was a greatest hits for the GameCube. Or was that something else? I know there was something for it. I forget. There was a little yellow tag on it that said something. I remember having one of those. Then accidentally... Well, not accidentally, but... I kind of regret selling it, actually.
In fact, I believe the PlayStation 2 is the best console to which the game sold on. Die. Well then. That's, interesting.
That's a tutorial of some sort.
Cave painting?
Belly flop! That was me, by the way.
It's true. Blondes do have more fun.
Oh boy.
I don't get it, sis. I mean, you've always been a blonde. But what we do right here, this gem I think is probably the easiest one to miss out of a lot of the gems within the game, is that green one right there, because if you don't know it's there, then you're kind of,
Wait, let me go back to the whole GameCube thing.
Because even on the GameCube, it wasn't a point that as viable, because even at the...
Viable. It wasn't as viable. Okay.
I don't get it, sis. I mean, you've always been a blonde. But what we do right here is go right here. This gem, I think, is probably the easiest one to miss out of a lot of the gems within the game. Is that...
The easiest one out of all in the game? I wouldn't put my money on that, but okay.
Green one right there, because if you don't know it's there, then... Green... Always been a blonde. But what we do right here is go right here. This gem, I think, is probably the easiest one to miss out of a lot of the gems within the game. Is that green one right there, because if you don't know it's there, then you're kind of, in trouble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce right there, move away, watch the explosions.
Whee!
Good news! These things can't crush you. But what we will be doing is we will be going up here so that we can get ourselves the red gem. I really love this concept right here. I mean, I don't see Crash Bandicoot doing something like this that often. Right? And let us... There we go.
Got him.
That takes care of all of those. So, now we need to get that blue gem that's taunting me ever so.
Bomb!
Body slam the worms.
I meant to say body flop instead of bomb for some reason.
To move them.
Body flop. Not bomb, but whatever.
I believe that should... It's the blue gem, and I believe that should make all of them. So that yellow gem at the beginning was part of Jungle Bungle, so make sure that you understand that. And one thing I should have mentioned about that one, if you end up losing that bomb by understand that. And one thing I should have made sure that so that yellow gem at the beginning was part of Jungle Bungle, so make sure that you understand that. And one thing I should have mentioned about that one, if you end up losing that bomb by touching it and starting to activate it, and you don't get it into the Tiki Mouth, you're gonna have to kill yourself in order to get the bomb to spawn back. You can't bring the bomb from the beach onto there because there's an invisible wall, and I cry foul at that. I really do. They should have had a way that the bomb respawned.
Well, it's in rush development. What do you expect?
But that's just me. Alright, so
You'd be surprised how good this game... just be glad it turned out good. The game turned out good enough for what it was in rush development, considering rush development games don't generally, in a sense, turn out to be the best. They can, it's just... I'm just saying they have a tendency not to turn out the best.
All the nitro crates, and die.
Hey! Ow!
I'm okay. The spikes broke my fall.
I'd rather have a mattress break my fall.
Oh, good, because I thought you were hurt for a second. Alright, so let's continue on. Remember, nitro crates will kill you no matter what, even if you have an Aku Aku mask, which, again, I still think that was probably, they just didn't program that incorrectly, because it seems odd to do that, to make them, kill you.
Yeah, you! I've been doing this for 10 stinking years.
Fourth wall break.
Back and forward, and I'm sick of it!
Either that or he's telling it to crash.
But I'm not gonna do it no more!
Or the skunk's saying it to crash, that is.
Alright, now this gets into something that I actually find interesting. He said he's been doing this for 10 years. Well, at the release date of this game, based on Crash Bandicoot 1, where the skunks showed up, it's only been 8. My theory is this game was supposed to be in development and be released for 2006 to celebrate Crash Bandicoot's...
Like maybe Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh wait, Sonic the Hedgehog's been released in 2006. I meant in 2 more years. Then Christmas.
10th anniversary. But was rushed forward due to Vivendi Universal being, Vivendi Universal. And as a result, the anniversary game ended up getting released early. Because just thinking about this game with its full development on what it could have been is something that I just love.
Ow!
Just like how I love that. So, that takes care of Jungle Bungle, ladies and gentlemen.
It may have been a fourth wall break considering it wasn't. I mean, looked like the skunk was looking directly at the camera and not at Crash particularly. It wasn't like. It didn't show the skunk telling it to crash. It looked like the skunk telling it to the screen. So, there.
So, autosave crate right here, but what's our sister doing?
Smile! Oh, wait. Oh, boy, did I pause that time. He's got a shoe in his mouth. Well, and a shoe in his hand. One moment. No.
Surprised to see me.
Smile! Okay, now this is weird too.
Surprised to see me, Crash.
Ah, the wig's still there.
Like the
He kind of does look surprised.
fleas in your fur, I keep coming.
And he looks like that.
3 years I spent alone in the frozen and like the fleas in your fur, I keep coming back. 3 years I spent alone in the frozen Antarctic wastes, and I missed you.
Aw!
So I've organized a little gathering,
Still looks surprised.
like a birthday party, except the exact opposite.
What's the exact a death day party, apparently.
And look, all of your friends are here.
Crunch is like, this is a birthday party, right? Or am I mistaken? Seriously, he looks utterly confused.
So very popular. Let's start handing out the presents.
Oh, everyone wants a
What the hell
piece.
happened to Koala Kong? It looks like a write-it-out Mickey Mouse. Kind of scary. Oh, but gasp! It was Cortex the whole time.
Oh no!
I had no idea.
Ow!
Also, I love Cortex's sprite.
Dr. Court.
We're on Matt's side.
Just, hey, it's Dr. Court. Okay.
Just looking like a bedraggled homeless.
Tiny. This is from Dingo Die.
Woo!
Ripperoo, you shouldn't have.
I also know about the polar bear, but I think that polar bear was just thrown in as a gag.
Try Power Ball.
So, I think it was a gag. I think I read up somewhere. I forgot exactly what it is. Maybe it was just a little Easter egg gag there.
Oh dear, two of the same.
I mean, this. I was going to say cartoon. It does look like a cartoon. I meant to say that is. This does focus a lot on comedy. That's what I meant to say. This video game focuses a lot on comedy.
Oh, you kept the receipt? Oh, that's perfect. Great.
Here's one you can return.
Yeah, you sent me the... Oh, you kept the receipt?
Ripperoo, you shouldn't have. Pinstripe Power Ball. Oh dear, two of the same.
They're all the same.
Don't think I get the receipt.
Oh, you kept the receipt? Oh, that's perfect. Great.
You can return.
Why did you say you can return? That's a big red flag for, I can return it then!
You sent me this before. I don't want it.
Ow!
Well,
Now his name is just Doctor.
thought that was gonna work. Alright, so more bombs as presents.
Does every villain shop at the same store? Or is Cortex just throwing out all of the same bombs and saying, hey, this is from different villains? Seriously, they're just there to show... Seriously, all the villains are just there to make an appearance.
Just gonna keep waiting right here. Oh, great. Can't wait right here anymore. Uh-oh. I'm in danger.
Oh boy.
Never mind.
Hey,
Cortex is an idiot too. You know, you could have just been firing like how you did the last few times. But no, you're gonna just give me a present. Don't worry.
Well, wouldn't you just... What?
Firing like how you did the last few times. You know, you could have just been firing like how you did the last few times. But no, you're gonna just give me a present.
Okay.
Don't worry, the spikes broke your fall.
I was just trying to get my head around... Oh, now I see the homing shot as when he was firing, leaving a trail behind, trying to get to him.
Oh.
Meet your grand.
Oh. Don't worry, the spikes broke your fall.
Again!
Meet your brand new, hydraulically operated twin.
When I first played this game, it was actually on the PS2 at a hospital of some sort. I think it was a PS2, or was it the Xbox? I think it was the PS2, actually. I remember... Yeah, I think it was the PS2. At a hospital. And I always found the Mecha Bandicoot interesting.
Brother, Mecha Bandicoot.
Nice mecha armor. Mecha suit, that is.
Of course I was, you fool. Initiate missile.
You are magnificent.
Of course I was, you fool. Initiate missile attack.
Already beginning of the game and we've already got our engine boss? Oh, that's pretty fast.
Seriously. Looks awesome.
Ew, he spit at me. It's snot. It's green.
This boss actually looks quite intimidating yet awesome at the same time.
It's snot. And nice chainsaw arm. I'm not gonna lie, I like Mecha Bandicoot's design. Right,
Oh, thank you.
so that gets rid of the chainsaw.
Ah, my arm. My right arm.
So now we just gotta deal with the missiles, which Engine seems to have an infinite supply of. I have no idea where he gets all these missiles.
Yeah.
Right, that takes care of the missile
Yeah.
launcher.
Those go the missile. There go the missiles. Mecha Band. I didn't know there was a Mecha Band.
Ew.
Oh, you snot.
If it didn't work before, what makes you think charging it will work?
I don't know. Get you to misplace your timing, maybe?
I'm surrounded by idiots. Work.
I eat you.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
My nose is ruined. Oh my. Ah! What were they? Oh boy. Okay, and that concludes Crash Twinsanity oh boy. I forgot. It's not plugged in. My bad. Yes, watch as I made it disappear without even pressing a button because I plugged it into the charger. Alright, I'm putting my earbuds back on. Okay, that takes care of Crash Twinsanity Episode 1. I love parties! Let's see the comments. Hope one day we can get another Crash game like this. Yes. Coco went from fully playable in the last game to completely useless in this game. Let's see the replies. She originally was going to be playable, but it was cut down due to time constraints and general planning since the game focuses more on crashing Cortex. Roxas went in alright. Makes sense, but why did Polar show up with a baseball bat? And what the heck is up with Crunch? The Polar Bear was a joke by the developers, referencing Crash 2 Polar Bear you could jump on in the warp room. Could it be like the one where you could jump on in the warp room and then get a bunch of lives that I've heard of and seen? Anyway, as for Crunch, he thought it was an actual birthday since he's a good guy now. Yes, since he's became a good guy in the canon 100%, technically 106% for some reason, I don't know why, run. Since he's a good guy now, hence the cake and hat. And also the confused look on his face. It's like, huh? I thought this was a birthday party. Well, that explains the look on Crunch's face. But if that was true, you would think he would help Crash out. Unless he deals with the others while you fight Cortex and Engine. That would make sense. I mean, it's like all the villains just basically just made an appearance and nothing else. 10:08:10:20. So Dingo Dial got some blue pants and less Australian accent, more like British. Pinstripe got a new suit and has been working out. Tiny got a hold of lots of steroids. Crunch was either made to be dumb as Crash and to think Cortex is really Crash a birthday party or it's being held against his will. Who's the green alien? What's the polar bear doing on the bad guys' team? The green alien, I think, was from Crash Team Tag Team Racing or something. I think so. Ripperoo got a hold of every drug and went crazy again. And Ripperoo, forget which one. Oh, right. And Koala-Con, same as Tiny, accepted he got some mouse teeth in him now. I love parties too, especially those that are like a birthday party, except the exact opposite. More like a death day party. Oh my. Please play my Little Mutants. I need to get your Skype's name sometime. I guess Polar Bear got tired of Crush running him stepping on his head for extra lives. And with the end of the episode, I'm going to take Dingle Dials over and get some lunch. I love the work you put into the bosses with the text. Nice touch. I plan on doing that for all bosses. Seems a bit weird without it since it was all the other Crash games. I am also planning on adding deleted scenes and sound effects that are either cut or inaudible. Basically, lots of editing to do. That is great to know. I can barely hear anything. Game dialogue. Joking. I released the game audio for episode 2. Thank you. So, wait, you put the text in there, or, Crash of the Titans episode 1. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, alright, I'm just getting a thing here. Alright, okay. Look. And with that, we will go to... Next time, we'll go to Crash Twinsanity episode 2. Trust me, we're pals, right? Alright then, thanks for watching. I'll make sure that Roxas1359 gets the link. And it's a shame, again, that they didn't put a GameCube version. I mean, I get that it wasn't exactly the best seller, but honestly, the PS2 kind of had a bit of an advantage considering, I don't know, it lasted until... Was it 2013 or 2014 that they did? I think it was 2013, and... Let me think. Maybe it was the end of 2013 and at the end of 2014 when they stopped actually making the games. Yeah, the PS2 in some cases had a bit of an unfair advantage in terms of length. It was kind of the best seller in more ways than one, you could say. The first way is it was selling well, and the other way is, well, it lasted way too long, becoming one of the longest selling consoles ever. I think it was because the PS3 wasn't doing wasn't doing good initially with its rather high price, I'm guessing. And therefore, because of that, they kept the PS2 around to help out. I'm guessing that's at least one way of thinking of it. And the early models of the PS3 were backwards compatible hardware. I think the first few models were fully hardware. The first two models were fully backwards compatible hardware-wise, and I think the next one was partially hardware-based with software, which apparently didn't do well, and therefore the rest of it just got cut out completely. Though interestingly, the PS1 was always there for all models. For the PS1, that's rather interesting. And now I'm just blabbling on. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.